Oh boy. Oh, it's gonna be one of those days. Rightio. So, preparation for today's special topic today. Right then, so this is a video that kind of came out of nowhere for the most part on me, especially, mainly for the fact that shit has gotten real, ladies and gentlemen, for the drama on YouTube especially, mainly, and it involves me in a slight way, and all I say is, there are 3 videos out right now of this video, 3 different perspectives on it. Obviously, Double4Anime's video and all that, coming out the Netherworld, and also saying a lot of shit about me and James, alongside, well, less on me more, mainly those 2 especially, then the Netherworld's response on it, explaining the whole scenario, and especially James's video as well. So, if anything, I know it's a long ride and all that, but especially those videos mainly get their perspectives of the story, of what's been exactly happening, and especially for this video as well, is going to be my perspective, and let me tell you my experience with Double4Anime. So, buckle yourself in, because this is going to be a ride. Now, I want to say immediately straight from the start and all that, I don't have as many problems with Double4 as mainly as James and as the Netherworld dudes. I really don't like the guy either, but he's done pretty much less to me than especially with what the whole trolling and the disliking, although there are some of that maybe on my account. It seems like some of my videos might have been getting a little bit tweaked around about here and there. I mean, we can't prove it, but then again, it seems a little bit of coincidence a lot of the time. And this is my experience with Double4 mainly as with how exactly he talks to people, and the main reason, how he acts and all that. So where do we even begin with him and all that, for the most part, with, the amount of drama coming into the amount of, clickbait videos that he does, because, let's be fucking honest, and especially James, you must honestly be pretty silly if you don't notice what he actually does with those videos. He doesn't give a fuck about his community, about his people. He wants one thing, which a lot of people want at the end of the day on this community, on YouTube, and it's money. It's a clear, simple fact of that, but just the way how he lies to people and, acts like James and Fanoa, hits and they're obsessed with him, when that is the clear and complete opposite. Do we want to talk about the times where, was it you went to go to a cinema and you had your laptop because you wanted to talk to Netherworld whilst you're watching a movie? Do we want to talk about the time where you... Every time, the amount of drama, and one of the biggest issues why We Are Nakama couldn't really continue was because you and fucking Code couldn't get along. You couldn't act like civilized adults for fucking once, and that you had to keep speaking over fucking everyone. Or do we want to talk about the time that you loved belittling people? Even James, in his own video, I could definitely back you up on that. This motherfucker only cares and will suck your dick and actually even give a fuck for the most part, although it's fake as fuck anyway, if you're higher subs than him. That's clearly what it was and all that. He was always doing, he was always asking that, oh, please, can you give me advice on, videos, I need something like that. And even, you just wouldn't leave him the fuck alone with that part. But whenever it was someone like me, or James, or Shin, or any of the other guys that were ever in, the Skype calls or anything, you called us fucking peasants and just didn't give a shit. You clearly was in for one goal and you was obsessed, absolutely obsessed with the Netherworld, and there's no absolute denying about that, or how you even act around other people. And the whole thing is, with his video especially, was, acting like he's saying, oh, that's the reason why I released the whole video about why I was gay in the first place, or bisexual, technically, for that. No, one of the things you used to do all the time, and I don't give a fuck if you're gay, or you're bi, or you go all around the rainbow, for it, that matter, but you, a lot of those time in those calls, were just straight up just saying, yeah, with these fucking boys and everything, oh, I just love them. The Swedish ones especially, that was, one of the biggest ones I definitely remember. A lot of us remember in our fucking brains for this shit and all that, and then you just hit us up at stupid fucking o'clock in the morning for this shit. It was just really is like, yeah, that's fine. I don't care what your sexuality is. It's same thing with anything on this channel. Like, but I don't want to be hearing about that shit like constantly. Where we get it, you know, you like dick. That's just the simple fact of like between it and like, or anything like it's just how this kid like just basically reacts and all that is just like he does not really give a fuck about you. Yeah, whoever is subscribed to him, and I'm pretty sure some people that are subscribed to me and maybe they're subscribed to him as well. He doesn't give a fuck about you. Like, he cares about that fucking little bit of money. He cares about the check at the end of the day. And he, like, the way how he treats people, belittling them. Let's also talk about the racism as well. Like, how, like, if you can clearly see some of the shit he said on Facebook, or even some of his videos as well, like, Shia against Islam and all that. That shit's fucking insane. And I'm not gonna act in this video like I'm a fucking perfect human being, alright? I'm gonna be 100% legit with you. I'm an asshole. I've said stupid shit in the past. I've said stuff that has been either, like, topical or debatable, so I'm not gonna act like I'm a fucking noble saint. However, though, I don't appreciate when, especially, you come at my friends for stuff that they haven't either done, or you take it way out of context. Even especially with, like, James, when, like, he was saying, like, yeah, I don't care about you being gay, like, and you took offense by that. I'm sorry, like, he has a personal opinion. Like, guess what? He's not gonna go straight over and say, oh, I'm gay now. Like, I have to accept cock every day, you know? No, that's just not how him, and just the way with, like, the net, how you've been harassing him for the longest time. Like, and guess what? Like, how they act as well. Like, even with, like, that video talking about, oh, this motherfucker James calling me. You know what? Guess what? We do that as well a lot in the calls. I normally start off a fucking call with the Ned or something, or even James. James a lot of the time, I call him a bleach star. No, I start. They say, oh, we have a thing where it's like, James, nobody cares. Fuck, like, bleach. Like, we have that just because, like, we just shoot the shit, and he does the same thing to me. When it comes to fucking Naruto, we do it the same for, like, the Netherworld when it comes to, like, Dragon Ball Super and shit like that. And especially when it's like, yeah, like you saying, like, oh, like, when he was talking about in the videos, like, oh, Finella, you're not the only one that talks about the news. Yeah, but clearly it seems a little bit coincidental how your video always comes out straight after his, and you try and always go the most clickbaity route with it and all that. And funny, like, how we've seen with a lot of the videos that you've talked about and anything, it always seems to be the stuff that the Netherworld talks about. And if you're not doing something that the Netherworld does, you always do those little live reactions, like, let's look at this big popular video and just you just do it for views. Like, I can't even remember the last time. I don't think I've ever seen a video on, like, his channel that has ever been, like, once or he actually generally gives a fuck about something like that, with the exception of, like, Naruto or, like, One Piece, and even that to an extent because he knows it fucking brings in the fucking bread and bacon. And it shows a lot when it's not just me, it's not just the Netherworld, it's not James Hansen as well, and it's not any other people that are currently in, like, you know, we talk in the Skype calls as a group. When you've got Filthy Frank, you've got Pyrocynical, when you've got other YouTubers, even like King of Light, like, how many people can I even mention on not just the anime community, but also as well on, like, other different, like, on the drama channels and all that stuff, can see how much of a fucking psycho you are. Do we want to talk about your, like, ex-boyfriend as well, when you're, like, calling up in and calling him straight up a Nazi? Do we want to talk about all this stuff, like, right now, like that? Like, how much evidence there is to clearly show that Double4 is not a sane person and is not someone that you should trust. Now, will I say, if anything, it does, like, some of the times on that, when you say, like, assuming, like, James was, like, sent out to do hits and all that, a lot of the time, and even when we said this as well, like, you can even see that with, like, where, like, Finella said, no, don't actually do that sometimes. Even, as well, James, especially, I love you guys, sometimes you go a little bit overboard with some of the things and all that sometimes, keep shut mouth, but nobody's fucking perfect. Even I've done that as well, and it's, like, it's the reason why, like, for the most part, like, you see on my Twitter, and even on my fucking, like, just page, guess what? I just want to talk about anime. I want to talk about the things I enjoy, or if there's something interesting. I don't want this really on my channel, but it's honestly come to that point where it's, yeah, you fucking dragged us all into it and all that because you got fucking ego and a half into this shit, and you want to take other people's day out and just fucking lie on your video saying all this shit. No, you're like, you don't know jack shit and all that, like, and one of the things that kind of triggered me, like, if anything in that video, was like, oh, I've got this evidence on the Netherworld and all that. You're doing, like, a call-out video, and then even as well, you're doing, like, diss raps and all that, which, congratulations, that makes you look like a fucking 10-year-old, like, doing that. It's like, I'm gonna do a diss rap about his, like, fucking wife and stuff like that. It's like, you lost any valid excuse to try and act like you're the fucking sympathy, like you're the guilty party in this victim when you're trying to act like a fucking little wannabe gangster doing rap video. Like, you know, yeah, I'm doing this little diss video about him. No, you lost, even before then, you lost a lot of respect. And I honestly hope not just my viewers and all that, but other people that come onto the channel actually hopefully see what just a scummy fucking vile human being you are, because that's who you are. You are nothing but vile. Like, that, I've had the experience of talking with you, and let me even say that you're not all 100% evil. I've actually, even once in a rare blue moon, I've had a decent conversation with the kid, but a lot of the time it was either about a few couple of things about him. It was either A, the netherworld, B, videos and views, or C, it was about the Swedish boys, or something about saying, like, let's talk about some gay shit. And it's like, why? Like, you know, and that's the thing. Like, at the end of the day, this is my side of the story of it. Like, you know what? Take what you will about that. And I'm sure a lot of the stuff that I've said is more just to say, like, yes, like, that's pretty much what either Thanev said in his video, James said in his. It's kind of coming back where it's like, yeah. And I'm at this point where it's like, how many more people do you honestly need to see from not just my side of friends and all that we talk to, like, who actually know this guy? How many more YouTubers slash people do some of you guys need to actually see until you finally realize how fucking evil this kid is? Like, how just disgusting. If there's anything that that has made me kind of like not enjoy the anime community in one bit, it's definitely been my experience with Double4Anime. Like, I absolutely hate the fact that this is one of the biggest reasons why We Are Nakama went down, because him and fucking Code couldn't actually, you know, act like civil adults and just, like, talk it out, or even just, like, it always had to be some fucking beef, like, where there are points where the two are screaming at each other, like, just going at it, and there is just me, the Netherworld, Shintai Jet, just standing there, just awkwardly, in the middle of a video being recorded, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing right now? Like, just what? Like, I'm honestly just thinking right now, what else do you guys need? Do you want, like, do you need to know more about the clickbait? Because I'm sure you can just look on his fucking channel for the most part. Do you need to know about, like, how fucking racist he is? Go look at his Facebook and all that. Do you want to know about how evil, like, and how it is? I'm sure there's a lot of videos out there and a lot of people backing it up. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't prove about, like, the whole dislikes thing, but clearly he has an issue, and I can say from my side, sorry, when he, like, called me and James fucking peasants, and clearly he just wants to suck the dick off people that are, like, fucking huge just so he can get advancement, and just, like, he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't have fucking, like, anyone that he can really truly say, like, yeah, he's close, I'm enjoying it. And I will defend my friends. Like, I've gone through shit and hell for fucking back with, like, the Netherworld and James and shit, like, with a bunch of these guys, and guess what? We do not always agree. I remember I've had so many fucking times, like, I've either had a fucking pop at Thanev or James or anyone else, and that's what fucking friends do. And you know what? We're not always going to 100% agree with each other. But guess what? At least there's something, and James said it fucking perfectly in this video. Loyalty. Like, I actually, these are some of my friends and all that. I deeply fucking, like, always know I'll have their back, and I hope they fucking know that. Like, I've always got their back when it comes to shit and all that. But even and still and all that, just the way, the shit that we've had to stay quiet about for so long, just because we don't want drama and we don't want dislikes, and fuck it. If this video gets dislikes, fuck it. Like, at the end of the day, I don't care. As long, even if this is like 90% or 80% people just disliking it, saying, fuck you, you fat piece of shit, I don't, like, fucking care and all that, I hope at least there's about a 20% of people that actually come out of this and saying, wow, yes, thank you, like, Panda and all that, thank you. After seeing everyone else's videos and seeing this, I'm finally convinced that Double4 is a piece of shit. If that's the fucking why in this video, fine by me. But this is my side of the story, and just, it's so, like, the way how it's escalated is so fucking stupid. And, well, what do you know and all that after that, Double4? How's the subscribers looking after, like, you know, like, when you posted that video? Oh, look, it was going minus afterwards. So, you know what? At the end of the day, I don't care if you, like, if you have anything against to say. Call me fat, call me a fucking peasant. At the end of the day, that doesn't affect me one way or another. Like, and, you know, like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, I am a small fucking YouTube channel. You know, like, 10K and all that, yeah, it's fucking peanuts compared to what you have and what other YouTubers have and all that. But at least I can consider with, like, the people that I have and the subscribers I have, that I actually appreciate and talk to and will, all, like, check out anime with them and, like, always have a blast with them. At least I can say and all that, the biggest reasons I do YouTube for is because I actually like spreading my opinion out to people like about anime and manga, and I fucking detest that. And I have to apologize to just like either my viewers that didn't want to see this shit. I'm sorry I had to do this, but like the fact where it's just like we have to like defend ourselves on video format because there are going to be people that believe this little fucking brat because he has like more subscribers, like, oh yeah, he has so many people just telling him about that. It sucks that that's the reason, like, because he's just a fucking little, just toxic, vile little piece of shit, like, and just at the end of the day, that's just pretty much how it is, and just the way how he was just using the fucking, oh, I'm gay card as, like, we're attacking him. No, I don't give a fuck if you're gay. I honestly don't. I had a fucking, one of my friends is gay. Like, do you know what? I don't care. That's the matter and all that. But just don't use that as, like, a sympathy vote. It's like, they were bullying me because they were, like, thinking that I was gay and all that, and that's why I was so scared of hiding it. No, you was not. In those fucking calls, you were fucking clean about wanting clearly what you wanted, and that was views and cock. That was pretty much it. But then again, I've dragged on the video way too long enough, as this video has been dragged on more longer than the beef itself, because I want it to be fucking squashed. I want nothing to, I don't want to hear anything ever again about this kid. Does like is World a perfect human being? No, of course not. He's probably not and all that. Like World knows sometimes he can be a dick. Like that's just being honest. And I still love the man for it. Can James sometimes go overboard and overreact sometimes when there's some beef and all that? Yes, but then again, he does that out of loyalty. He's a good friend. Is he accused of a fucking hacker? No, and all that. I know James sometimes, and trust me, like I don't think hacking's on one of his specialties and all that. I think he should just stick to talking about Hisagi's Bankai for the most part, or like the fucking Bleach novels, and even me as well and all that. Like, look at me, guys, I can barely fucking edit a video. Do you think I would fucking do something like shit like that? Like come on, like it's pathetic. But then again, I hate that we had to defend ourselves. So overall, like that's it. There's nothing really to say apart from, you know, I hope I got this like opinion out there, and I hope you guys kind of see just how vile he is. And I'm not gonna say what do you guys think and all that, because at the end of the day, that's for you to decide. Like, you came out of this going fuck Panda, then alright, that ain't me to stop you. Like, if you want me to go fuck off Panda, there you go. You know where the door is. If you want to go, oh thanks Panda, I actually appreciate you saying your side of the story, that's fine as well. I wanted to defend my friends and alongside with myself as well. Like, that was just it, and I wanted to tell you guys the truth of the story. And hopefully this will be the only video of drama that I'll have to talk about this year, unless anything else happens, and hopefully not, because he's the main stigma and problem. So there we go, that's all from me. So thank you very much for watching as always, and hopefully I'll see you guys though next time.